Hello, welcome back. I kind of abandoned ship a little bit. Also, if you can hear banging, we are currently having our roof done. And I thought actually while I wait for my porridge to cool down because it's quite hot, I'll do a little update. Nothing mega to report on. Life has just been happening, and I mean, we had family over from New Zealand, getting our roof done, where there's just been lots of little bits going on, and I didn't want to drop YouTube, but yeah, I'm back and it feels really good to be back. Obviously we're in autumn now, which is a season that I absolutely love. Like, I love the coziness of it. I love the change in seasons. For me, really helped me to just feel grounded in the moment of time we're in. Like, I love the fact that seasonally I kind of get out different jumpers, wear different things, eat different things. I love that sense of connection to it. And I did actually host a workshop, which obviously because I wasn't on YouTube, you wouldn't have seen. So if you did miss it and you wanted to join, I'll leave a link in the description box, because although I kind of did it around autumn equinox, there's not too much mention of that, and it's very much just a celebration of the season of autumn. So if you did want to join that, it's been my most successful workshop by far actually, then yeah, I'll leave a link to it in the description box. We also have a new shed. I just looked outside and remembered, we've basically just been doing lots of little house bits. Obviously had family over, had my cousin's wedding, which was just really gorgeous, so I spent a little bit of time in North Wales. But yeah, things are back to normal, back to routine, and it feels good to be back. It feels really good actually. I'm gonna eat my porridge, which I think I've definitely done too much of here. And then, yeah, bring you along for the rest of the day with me. And throughout this vlog, it's gonna be very autumn themed, of course. There's a few little things that I've got that kind of autumn-based activities that I want to do, but also just talking about how to make this time of year more enjoyable and lean into autumn in a way that feels good, because obviously there are some really beautiful aspects of this season, but we are entering the darker days of the year where, you know, there's limited light, which can really impact well-being. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about that and weave a little bit of that into today. But anyway, I'm gonna eat my porridge. The roofers have gone, so I've just come to this top room. I've been wanting to do my wardrobe changeover from spring and summer to autumn winter for about a week, and there was just so much banging. This skylight that we've got was leaking, which is why we got the roof done. It was a very old roof, and yeah, basically I just couldn't be up here. But I can now be up here, they've literally just left. So I thought, let me basically run you through my wardrobe changeover, which I do every single year. I find that this really keeps me, first of all, it helps me love my season, the clothes that I have for each season, because I'm putting them away, so then I forget about them, then I'm reminded of them, and it makes me not buy as much. But also it's just so much easier getting ready in the morning when I've not got so much stuff overwhelmingly. Like, there's a lot of summer stuff in here that I'm just not going to wear now because it's too cold. I'm going to start by getting all of these boxes out, pulling out the clothes that I'm definitely not going to wear, and basically just doing a little swap over. I feel like this year, because the weather really wasn't great in the UK, I have not worn as many of these as I usually would. I've got quite a few nice summer dresses now that I've collected over the years or bought from Vinted or whatever else. And I just didn't wear them, which is a shame. It's been really interesting taking out all of my spring summer clothes and looking at the clothes that I have for autumn, because I've realised that I'm really drawn to bright colours in spring and summer, and then so much of my autumn wardrobe is neutrals. There's not a drop of colour, and I guess typically we don't tend to see that much colour in clothes this time of year, but yeah, I'm intrigued to see how these clothes will feel now, because I feel like I used to be much more neutral in terms of what I'd wear, and now if I like something and I've got something that it'll pair nicely with, I just buy it, and that has meant that I've bought more colour than ever. But yeah, there's a lot of more muted tones here, so yeah, I'm just going to go through everything, put these back in the wardrobe. Okay, so this is my autumn winter wardrobe. Definitely less cramped than it was with the summer clothes. So I've got dungarees, which I can layer with knitwear. These ones I've kept out, they're my decorating ones because I know that we're going to be painting over the next few months. I've kept out my linen pants as well, which I wouldn't usually, but I think maybe over the next couple of weeks I might be able to wear them and layer up with them. I'm going to see. I've got my jeans, my favourite jeans, these corduroy pants that I got last year, which, yeah, I still like them. I've got a midi skirt, which I would like to get another midi skirt to wear with all of my knitwear, but yeah, for now I've got this like champagne coloured one. It's a little bit more dressy than day to day. I've got some dresses. I've actually kept out some of my summer dresses this year because I would really like to try to find a way to wear these with knitwear, layer up, and just figure out a couple of new outfits. So I've kept them there. Then this is like the true autumn winter section. I've got a black wool pinafore dress, knitted wool dress, you know, that you can only really wear this time of year. Then lots of different jumpers from either Suzanne, Under the Stories. This is an old H&M one I've had for about 7 years and I still absolutely love it. Let's put that back on the hanger. Just all my knitwear there. I've got some high neck jumpers here, t-shirts, shirts, sweatshirts, so more just kind of lounging, casual, and then thicker fleeces and that sort of stuff on this side with coats as well. I've got this coat at the end, which I love wearing this time of year. So yeah, that is my autumn winter wardrobe sorted. There's definitely a couple of gaps. Like I'm looking at this and feeling like I do need more bottoms because the tops really outweigh it. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Having this coffee machine has got me back into the ritual of making a coffee, and it's just the best. It's the best. Good morning. It's now Saturday. I had to put the heating on for the first time this morning. It was absolutely, well, it was nearly freezing. It was like 3 or 4 degrees. And you could just really feel that the house needed some heat. So yeah, didn't really want to be doing that in September, but here we are. I'm just getting ready for the day. I'm trying to find, I got a sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. And it's really good. And I can't remember, well, it was here a minute ago, but I've misplaced it. So I'm just getting ready. Today, this afternoon I'm at home, but this morning I've got a couple of little bits that I need to do in town. By town, I mean the city centre of Nottingham. And I want to go early because there is nothing worse to me than the Saturday rush of people, but I need to look at changing my phone contract. And also it's Jay's birthday on Monday, so I just want to get him a couple of little bits to open. I'm not going to force it, but if I can find some books or... I mean, I've got him, he's got a main present, so yeah, anyway. I'm just going to see. I cannot for the life of me find that foundation, but I'm really, really enjoying it, and I think that I'm going to buy the full size. So I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup. I decided to get this the other day. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I got the mini size because I had this and used it for years and absolutely loved it, but I thought I don't want to repurchase the full one, which is actually nearly £40, which feels quite steep. And I didn't want to get that one just in case like I didn't like it as much and I wasn't going to use it. This has confirmed that I do still like it. So yeah, it's a pretty pricey product, I think, but it did last me a long time from what I remember, that full-size version. And I'm going to see how I get on with the mini, but it does just add, yeah. It does just add a really nice glow to the skin. And actually I'm feeling like now I probably don't even need foundation. I didn't really film much of last night's dinner in the end, but it was amazing, and I've done enough to have it tonight as well. So I'm going to have that risotto again. It was delicious, and actually the recipe, I remember it now from last year, but it replaces the risotto with quinoa, which is obviously a bit of a healthier alternative. I mean, I'm not going to stop doing my traditional risotto, but I'm thinking for weeknight dinners, or maybe even lunches actually, batch cooking something like that would be really lovely. So I might also pop into M&S today and just get a couple of cupboard staples, because we tend to do our... Also, please let me know if you're in the UK where you do your food shop, because me and Jay have always just gone to Aldi and Lidl. And I'm not sure whether we need to change, because a lot of the fruit and veg just isn't lasting that well. And I don't know whether that would just happen in any supermarket, or whether potentially going somewhere else and spending a bit more would help. But then I'm also like, it seems extravagant to me, at least, to do my weekly food shop in M&S. Like, that feels like a splurge. So yeah, where do you do your food shop? We will sometimes go into Sainsbury's for our big bits rather than M&S, because it's easier for us to get to. But then again, there it seems quite expensive as well, and we don't have a Tesco near us, but we do have an Asda. But then I'm not really drawn to Asda. I don't know why. I think maybe because my mum never shopped there. She was always either Tesco or Aldi and Lidl, when that became a thing to go to Aldi and Lidl. So yeah, let me know where you do your food shop, or whether you just kind of go here, there and everywhere like us. We've also considered getting it delivered, but then I don't know how I feel about not being able to see what we're getting, especially when it comes to fresh stuff. So yes, who knows, but I'm going to pick up some bits. Jay has also requested French toast as his birthday breakfast, which he's actually not going to get until Tuesday, because he's working nights. So I need to figure out how to do that and get some ingredients for it. I'm feeling good. Life is good. I've done a little bit of yoga this morning, a little bit of stretching. I did some reading. I'm really getting into The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. It'll be the longest book that I've ever read, I think. It's over 600 pages, but I'm enjoying it. Makeup is done. I'm gonna get changed, dry my hair, have some breakfast, and then hopefully, I'm really hoping I can get on the bus, because Jay's got the car, at around 10 past, 20 past 9. So we'll see. Back home now. A very uneventful trip, to be completely honest, and I probably didn't even need to go into town, but it broke my day up nicely, and I did find this book. I didn't read the front bit until now. It's Lost Connections by Johann Hari. I've listened to a lot of Johann Hari's work through podcasts and read a couple of articles online. I haven't read his book, but underneath it says why you're depressed and how to find hope. So it feels, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this book is going to be, but you've probably all heard this really popular non-fiction book, so I'm going to put that on my list of books. I think because I keep going to charity shops and seeing books that I like the look of and want to read, my to-read list, I've got a stack of like 10 books, and that is actually overwhelming me a little bit, but I thought, how can I resist this? £1.50. Anyway, I am now going to look at making a start on my sourdough loaf, my first ever sourdough loaf. When I bought this set, the woman that sold it to me did say, if it doesn't work out first time, don't give up. And I need to remember that. She also said for this first one that it's a lot better to use white flour, and then once you've got the hang of it, go over to brown, because it's a little bit harder. But anyway, today I'm just making the sourdough starter. So actually I think this needs quite a few days to actually ferment and do something, but we will see. bit confused because I've put in 10 grams of the sourdough starter and then 10 grams of water, which it said. But then in the instructions it said, stir gently to ensure the flakes are fully submerged in the water. But then there isn't enough water to make that happen. So I'm kind of crushing them with the fork. I'm just gonna try and submerge them as much as possible. And then it basically needs to be left for 12 to 24 hours. So yeah, I'll be doing this tomorrow, and in next week's vlog I'll finish this off. Now the sourdough is just doing its thing and there's not really much else I can do. I'm gonna read this, I think I mentioned it this morning, Paul Murray, The Bee Sting. I've read a little bit more since then. On the bus into town I was reading this and I'm really getting into it. I just feel like I don't really know where it's gonna go, which is making me intrigued. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit and relax and read this. I've got a cup of tea. This mug, my mum doesn't really watch my vlogs, so if I can say this. I wouldn't say it's my favourite in terms of design, but you know when you have a mug that is just great for drinking tea out of or whatever beverage you want to drink. This mug is that, like it's the perfect amount. I like the thinner rim. So yeah, anyway, that's my cup of tea mug. I'm gonna read this and then I was gonna say actually in autumn and winter when the days are darker and we have those longer nights, I really feel like my well-being is determined by the balance I can create between doing things like this where I allow myself to just rest and do less, but also making sure that I don't fall into doing nothing, because there was definitely a year, I think it was just after I was feeling really burnt out, so not last year but the year before, I'd just gone self-employed. And honestly, I can't even say that I did much. I barely decorated the house for Christmas. I did not, when I say I didn't do anything, I really can't think of anything noteworthy that I did. And this year, I really want to find that balance of, sleeping for a little bit longer, having those earlier nights, but making sure that I don't just fill my evenings with things that are not going to make me feel good. So that's why I'm trying to do things like learn how to make sourdough. I want to do some different crafts and more reading, just to make sure that I'm staying active, staying present, and also just not allowing myself to kind of sit and scroll on my phone and watch Netflix, which I will do obviously at times, but yeah, it just feels important to me to have balance this time of year. And I mean, autumn is all about balance and that kind of idea as well of shedding and letting go of anything that isn't serving you, feels good for you. So anyway, I'm gonna sit and read this. It's a fair bit later now. I did a little bit of reading, put the washing out on the line because we've actually got some nice weather. And I've decided, very random, and I wasn't really thinking about doing this today, but I'm gonna go for a swim. I haven't been to the gym in a while and I just feel like it'll be really nice to go for a swim and get back into that. And I guess get back into the routine of going, because when we had lots of family here and stuff was just busy, I didn't end up going. So yeah, I'm gonna get my swim costume and go for a swim. And I'm actually gonna round this vlog off here so I can try my best to get it up tomorrow. So this is gonna be quite a quick turnaround vlog. But yes, thank you so much for watching and coming back to my channel, and yeah, for being here. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you for next week's video. And if you want to know what happens with the sourdough, come back because I'm going to include that next week's vlog. But anyway, hope you're having a gorgeous weekend or whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next week.